Hello and welcome to Dial C for Cricfit. This is Amay Petkar here, and today we are going to preview the match between Rajasthan Royals and Kings 11 Punjab, both teams who have an even chance of qualifying for the playoffs. But even if they win today's match here, I'm talking about Rajasthan Royals now, first of all. Even if they win today's match, they'll need the other results to go their way. Whereas on the other hand, Kings 11 Punjab are lying fourth on the points table. They win this match, they go in with 14 points, and then even if they win the next match, then they obviously will qualify. But then winning this match, they might just have an edge over other teams like Rajasthan Royals, Sunrisers, and Kolkata Knight Riders. So without further ado, we're already late today, so we will take a look at the playing 11s. So first of all, at the toss, Rajasthan Royals have won the toss and they have elected to ball first. So now we'll take a look at the playing 11s here first of all. So Rajasthan Royals more or less have gone with the same playing 11. There's just one change here, and that change is Varun Aaron comes in. Okay, so now they have got that fast bowling option here, extreme pace. Varun Aaron, has played for India in the past, so it's a good option here, given that Varun Aaron comes in here. On the other hand, there's no other change here, so they've stuck to that combination here. Obviously, at the start of the season, we saw that they were making a lot of changes. We questioned their combination of Uttapa and Stokes at the beginning, that Stokes should not be opening, he should be batting in the middle order. But then with that 100 he scored against Mumbai Indians the other day at Abu Dhabi, it was just fantastic. A player like Ben Stokes, who bats at number 5, number 6 for his national side, opens the innings for his T20 franchise. He's not a regular opener, and then goes on to score a century here. तो देखा जाए तो काफी ज्यादा प्रभावित किया था उन्होंने उस पारी को. मुंबई इंडियंस के बॉलर्स को कोई भी उम्मीद नहीं दी उन्होंने उस दिन, एंड दैट वाज जस्ट शोन इन द वे ही वाज प्लेइंग. All that was a top class innings, I would say, one of the best innings, you would say, you would have witnessed in the Indian Premier League here. So looking at the other players here, Steven Smith, Sanju Samson, Josh Butler, Riyan Parag, and राहुल तेवाटिया. ऑब्वियसली हम राहुल तेवाटिया को कैसे भूल सकते, बिकॉज द लास्ट टाइम राजस्थान रॉयल्स एंड किंग्स 11 पंजाब went face to face against each other, it was at the Sharjah Cricket Stadium, and we witnessed those 5 sixes by Rahul Tewatia of Sheldon Cottrell. And जब वो बैटिंग करने आए थे, हमें लग रहा था कि क्या गलती कर दी यहाँ पे राजस्थान रॉयल्स ने राहुल तेवाटिया को नंबर 4 नंबर 5 पे भेज के. बट part 6 मारे उन्होंने एंड ओवर्स में. आई थिंक इट वाज द 17th or 18th over, 5 sixes to Sheldon Cottrell, pulls the match back in the favor of Rajasthan Royals, and they end up winning that match. So there's so much to talk about Rahul Tewatia. Has been a firm striker of the ball, and that's quite evident in those matches he has played. He has not just won one match, he has won plenty of matches for Rajasthan this season. Obviously, we cannot forget even that match against Sunrisers Hyderabad, where he took on Rashid Khan, with those reverse sweeps. So it was just fantastic to watch, Rahul Tewatia in this season. Yeah. Looking at the other options here, they have Sanju Samson. Last match he scored, about a 50-run knock along with Ben Stokes. He has come back in form now. In the first 2 matches of the season, he scored back-to-back half centuries, but then his form dipped down, and a lot of questions were raised, on his consistency in the tournament. But now that given that he's also been selected for the Australian tour in the T20 side, we will have to keep a close eye on Sanju Samson, because he is playing as an India player for the Rajasthan Royals, and with being an India player, a lot of responsibility comes along with it. So Sanju Samson, another player we have to keep a close eye on here. So we'll take a look at the Kings 11 Punjab playing 11 as well. Kings 11 Punjab have gone in with the same playing 11 here. They have not made any changes here. They have not dropped Glenn Maxwell, despite of repeated flop performances in this season here. He has hardly scored 100 runs in this season, but they are just backing him. They don't want to change the winning combination. Maybe Jimmy Neesham could have been another option to come in. You could have seen him in place of Glenn Maxwell, would have provided that extra seam bowling option as well. But as of now, what I feel and what I see with the Punjab lineup here is that they are using Maxwell more as a bowler, because in the last match as well against Kolkata Knight Riders, he bowled the first over with the absence of Mujibur Rahman in the side. They are relying on more on Maxwell's off spinners. Obviously, you're playing two leg spinners in your side in the form of Murugan Ashwin and Ravi Bishnoi, but then with Maxwell's off spinners, you have that extra bit of bowling option, and also provides that firepower down the order. But इस सीजन में हमने वो फायर पावर देखा नहीं है अब तक मैक्सवेल से. सो उम्मीद कर दे कि आज के मैच में देखने को मिलेगा कि मैक्सवेल क्या कर पाते हैं विद द बैट. बॉल से उनके बॉल से हमने देखा है कि मतलब क्या कर सकते हैं इन दैट मैच अगेंस्ट कोलकाता नाइट राइडर्स, एज ही डिसमिस्ड Nitish Rana of the first delivery. So with this, we are okay. So and the rest of the team is as it is. They have Nicholas Puran, Deepak Hooda, Chris Jordan, Murugan Ashwin. It's all in the same. Arshdeep Singh, हम उनके बारे में थोड़ी बाद में बात करेंगे. First of all, we will take a look at the players to watch out for in today's game here. So the players to watch out for in today's game here are Joss Butler, KL Rahul. Joss Butler started opening the innings for Rajasthan Royals, but then went back down the order. Instead, we saw Ben Stokes opening, but he has had a fine record in this season here. 11 matches, 271 runs at an average of 30. On the other hand, you have the newly elected vice captain of the Indian team, the one-day and T20 side. Rohit Sharma was not named in the list, in the squad this season, not in the season, what was announced last week, and which is why we saw KL Rahul being named as the vice captain. We're not really sure for how long is that going to be, until Rohit Sharma returns, or will he stay as the vice captain even after Rohit Sharma returns. There's no clarity over any of this decision going around right now. But KL Rahul, let's look at his record in this season. I think he is the orange cap holder for this season so far. 12 matches, 595 runs at an average of 59.5, and he has scored about 450s. So he has been doing bulk of the scoring for his side, and which is why Punjab have won those matches. If you look at the other matches where Chris Gayle featured, it was on the bank of the performances of Chris Gayle and KL Rahul. Punjab won those 5 matches in a row. Obviously, the bowling contributions also come into play, but KL Rahul has been in fine form, and which is why we have also seen him getting selected in the Test squad as well. He was dropped about last year for his repetitive failures in five back-to-back series, but this time he has made a comeback in the Australian tour. Remember, KL Rahul made his Test debut against Australia in 2014, which was also the last series of MS Dhoni as the Test captain. So following that match, MS Dhoni retired from Test cricket. But in the last Test of that series in 2014, we saw KL Rahul scoring a century, opening the innings. So a lot can be expected of KL Rahul, given that now we're going back to Australia. He might just score another one here. So he's earned his recall here, but not really sure on the back of the IPL performances, or is it because of his one-day form? Definitely not because of his first-class record here so far. So with this, we will take a look at the game changers as well. The game changers for today's game are Rahul Tewatia and Chris Gayle. Obviously, I had to mention Rahul Tewatia because जैसे कि मैंने कहा कि पिछले बार जब ये दो साइड्स मिले थे, राहुल तेवाटिया ने कमाल कर दिया था. मतलब ऐसा कमाल कर दिया था कि people wanted him on the Australian tour. They wanted him to feature in the T20 side of India. So that's the impact Rahul Tewatia made, and it was not just in one match, as I mentioned previously. उन्होंने ये 2-3 मैचेस में लगातार किया, लगातार मैचेस जीते, and खाली बैटिंग नहीं करते. Rahul Tewatia is a fine bowler as well. In this season, I think he has the best bowling figures bowling at Sharjah. As a spinner, you can get tonked all around the park, given with the short boundaries at Sharjah, but someone like Rahul Tewatia has, I think he gave out 4 overs, 16, 17 runs, something like that. Those are the figures which come into my mind. So, terrific player, one player who would go for big bucks in the next season's auctions. We have the mega auctions next season. So we'll have to see, for what price Rahul Tewatia goes if Rajasthan Royals chose not to retain him. So Rahul Tewatia is another game changer, coming up the ranks. But then obviously you cannot forget to talk about the universe boss, Chris Gale. I mean, ever since he started playing for Punjab this season, he has played 5 matches, and Punjab have won all 5 matches Chris Gale has played. So Chris Gale might just be that lucky charm for Kings and Punjab. Yeah, given that he has also put in those performances, it's not that he came into the side and he didn't do anything. If you look at his record this season, 5 matches, 177 runs, 250s at a strike rate of 138, and obviously we cannot forget that six he hit to Trent Bolt in that super over against Mumbai Indians, the double super over match which happened last week. So Chris Gale, star player, has showed the entire cricketing world what he is capable of, and he's doing the same even at the age of 41 this season. So Chris Gale is another game changer here. We'll take a look at the trump cards now. So the trump cards, we have gone in with Jofra Archer and Arshdeep Singh. So as I previously mentioned that I was going to talk about Arshdeep Singh. Arshdeep Singh, played in the previous season as well for Kings XI Punjab franchise, but could not cause an impact, could not make that sort of an impact if you see. But this season he has been given a longer run. He has put in that effort. He has been bowling those tight lines, and his record is evident to what we are seeing this season. 12 matches, 17 wickets at an economy of just 6.71. I think that's just terrific for a bowler to be bowling in the power play, and for a bowler to be bowling in the death. 6.71 economy for a fast bowler, just terrific here. Average of 18.8 and 17 wickets to his name, despite playing just I think he has played all the games, if I'm not wrong, but he has played less than what it's mentioned here. So Arshdeep Singh, another bowler we have to definitely watch out for in this season, given that he has been picking wickets. He's in fine form, and might as well be a candidate for the Indian side in the near future, because he featured in Prithvi Shaw's side, in the India under-19 side, which won in 2016 or 18, 16 or 18. Not able to recall the exact year, but he was in that winning side, which Prithvi Shaw led. And Arshdeep Singh was, one of those players who played, who were instrumental in India winning that under-19 World Cup. So Arshdeep Singh is one, and then the other one is Jofra Archer. I mean, इनके बारे में जितना ज्यादा बोले उतना कम रहता है, क्योंकि पहले तो ये पिछले साल ही उन्होंने अपना इंटरनेशनल डेब्यू किया, आए वर्ल्ड कप में ऐसा इम्पैक्ट किया इन इंग्लैंड को वर्ल्ड कप जिताया 2019 में, वो सुपर ओवर भी डाला उन्होंने न्यूजीलैंड के खिलाफ फाइनल में, और आज इस सीजन का रिकॉर्ड देखते हैं, 12 मैचेस, एंड it's just been terrific. I mean, his record has just been brilliant. If we look, what he has done for the Rajasthan Royals franchise, even last season, he has been terrific. I mean, and in the in the international circuit as well, he has done really, really well. So Jofra Archer, one more player we should keep our eyes on, because he is going to cause, many more impacts in the near future. So that's it with the trump cards. But talking about the scenarios which are coming into play now, we'll take a look at the points table. Okay, before we go to the points table, we'll take a look at few questions here. There have been a lot of questions coming in here, but yes, so we will have a few questions. Ashish Kaushik has come up with a question here. As Mayank is still unfit, so Chris Gale should open the innings along with Rahul and Mandeep at number 3, and then Puran. सोच सकते हैं आशीष इसके बारे में, बट अगर हम देखें तो मयंक की इंजरी के बारे में हमें कोई अपडेट मिला नहीं है कि कितने मैचेस के लिए बाहर बैठने वाले हैं. एंड इफ यू ओपन विद क्रिस गेल एंड केएल राहुल राइट नाउ, मयंक आने के बाद आप उनको नंबर 3 पे तो ऑब्वियसली नहीं खिलाएंगे. And with the form Chris Gale is going with right now at number 3, you would stick with him at number 3. Mandeep ko khilayenge as an opener along with KL Rahul. It's only until you get back Mayank. Mayank jaise hi fit honge, he'll walk back into the Kings XI Punjab side, even though Mandeep Singh has scored runs in the previous match. So lagta nahi hai ki Kings XI would try this. And I definitely won't encourage this, that you open with Chris Gale now, because 5 मैचेस खेले, एक विनिंग कॉम्बिनेशन रहा है, एंड द परफॉर्मेंस हैज बीन अप टू द मार्क as far as the batsmen are concerned. के राहुल ने रन स्कोर किए, मनदीप सिंह ने पिछले मैच में 66 रन की पारी मारी थी, and then you have Chris Gayle as well. He is hitting the long ball, he is taking his time, he is coming out to bat. I mean, he is one key player, one key player for Punjab this season. If they go on to win this season, you should give about 10% credit to Chris Gayle, because he has brought that positive energy into that Kings XI Punjab side, and it is quite evident with those performances we are seeing this season for the Kings XI Punjab side here. So we will take a look at few more questions here. Atul Pandey has a question here. Should KXIP promote Maxwell at number 3 or 4? कर सकते हैं, आई मीन कैन बी अ ऑप्शन हियर, बट नंबर 3 पे तो ऑब्वियसली नहीं खिलाएंगे. नंबर 4 पे निकोलस पूरन आता है, बट मैक्सवेल एट नंबर 3-4 खिला सकते हैं, बट क्या वो इम्पैक्ट कर पाएंगे, क्या वो रन्स दे पाएंगे, क्या वो परफॉर्मेंस दे पाएंगे किंग्स इलेवन पंजाब को, जो इस साल उनको काफी जरूरत थी सीजन के फर्स्ट हाफ में, जहां नहीं मिला उनको. नाउ इन द सेकंड हाफ यू हैव क्रिस गेल, केएल राहुल, मनदीप सिंह, मयंक अग्रवाल, all these people scoring runs, Nicholas Pooran as well, Deepak Hooda down the order. I mean, this Punjab side looks too good on paper, but first 6 matches में हमने क्या देखा पता नहीं, कि ऐसे performances देखने को मिले उनसे. They lost 2-3 matches which they should have won in the first 6 games they played. So Kings 11 Punjab, मैक्सवेल को ड्रॉप नहीं कर रहे. मैंने शो के स्टार्टिंग में बोला था कि दे कुड हैव प्लेड जिमी नीशम, बट एक बॉलिंग ऑप्शन की तरह भी आता है मैक्सवेल साइड में. ही बॉल्स इज ऑफ स्पिनर, सो व्हिच इज व्हाई दे जस्ट वांट टू स्टिक विद हिम. नंबर 3 या 4 पे खिला सकते, बट जगह नहीं है. यू हैव क्रिस गेल, यू हैव निकोलस पूरन, ओपनिंग में यू हैव केएल राहुल, मनदीप सिंह. सो इट जस्ट बिकम्स अ बिट एजी हियर. So that's what I feel here. Yash Gadia has few questions here, so we'll take one or two of them here. So Chris Gayle के आने के बाद पंजाब के किस्मत खुल गए, प्लस adds up as a good batting team. जी, मैंने ये अभी 2-3 मिनट पहले ही इसके बारे में चर्चा की कि एक पॉजिटिव वाइब लाते, एक पॉजिटिव एटमॉस्फेयर बनाया उन्होंने क्रिस गेल ने, बिकॉज एक प्लेयर आपके साइड में आता है और आप मतलब लगातार 5 मैचेस जीत रहे हो. That player must be having some positivity. He must be inserting some positivity into the side that ऐसे performances देखने को मिले. And credit to all other players as well. Not saying that Chris Gayle के आने की वजह से ये सब हुआ है, but as a player when you walk into a side, you bring that positive vibes, motivate करते हो players को. क्रिस गेल एक एक्सपीरियंस खिलाड़ी है. आई मीन 15-16 साल से खेल रहे हैं इंटरनेशनल क्रिकेट अभी. सो एंड एट द एज ऑफ 41 पुटिंग अप दोस परफॉर्मेंसेस, ये यंगस्टर्स को एक मैसेज भेजते हैं कि at the age of 41, if I can contribute in this way, then you at the age of 19-20 can do more than what I'm doing right now. So क्रिस गेल एक वो भी एक फैक्टर लाते हैं कि he is motivating the youngsters in this area. So that's what is about Chris Gayle here. So आशीष कौशिक के ने और एक क्वेश्चन डाला यहाँ पे. राहुल गेल लेफ्ट राइट कॉम्बिनेशन ऑलवेज पुट प्रेशर ऑन बॉलिंग साइड. जी देखिए, इस सीजन में काफी चर्चा हुई है लेफ्ट राइट कॉम्बिनेशन. काफी टीम्स के साथ हमने देखा है. इवन बाय रॉयल चैलेंजर्स बैंगलोर हमने ये चीज देखी थी कि they didn't promote AB de Villiers. I think the match was at Sharjah, not sure about the opposition side. They didn't promote AB de Villiers in that match. They instead sent Washington Sundar up the order because एक left right combination उनको रखना था, but it didn't click. तो ये चीजें हर बार क्लिक नहीं करती. और मैंने प्रशांत से भी काफी दफा मतलब इसके बारे में चर्चा की है कि if you want to have a left right combination, you need to have a batsman with the same skill set. I mean, AB de Villiers कहा और Washington Sundar कहा, बैटिंग की बात करें तो. So that's one thing about it. So जी अभी के लिए आशीष मुझे नहीं लगता है कि पंजाब would open with Gayle and Rahul. They will rather stick to what they have been doing since last 5 matches here, with Gayle at number 3, Rahul at opening, and then Mandeep or Mayank as the other partner for KL Rahul here. So Yash has another question. We'll quickly take. There's a lot of questions, and Prashant not being here, it's just too much. So must win game for Rajasthan. Can they perform tonight and stay in the game? राजस्थान के लिए हर गेम मस्ट विन गेम है अभी, बिकॉज इफ दे लूज दिस मैच ऑब्वियसली दे विल बी इन द सेम पोजीशन एज चेन्नई सुपर किंग्स एंड मोस्ट लाइकली दे विल बी आउट ऑफ द टूर्नामेंट इफ दे लूज टुडेस मैच हियर. सो मस्ट विन गेम है राजस्थान रॉयल्स के लिए. ऑन द अदर हैंड किंग्स इलेवन पंजाब के लिए भी एक मस्ट विन गेम बनता है. राजस्थान रॉयल्स अगर आज का मैच जीतते भी, अगला मैच जीतते भी, इसके बाद वाला एक और मैच है उनका, they will need the other results to go their way. I mean मैच जीत के it's no point because काफी ज्यादा मैचेस हारे उन्होंने इस सीजन में. So they need the other results also to go their way. If the other results go their way, then obviously we will see Rajasthan Royals also in the race for the playoffs. But as of now, the race for the playoffs, it's very tight with Mumbai Indians qualifying yesterday as Chennai Super Kings defeated Kolkata Knight Riders. It becomes a bit up and down with the other three franchises now, given that Delhi Capitals, Royal Challengers Bangalore have lost the last 2 or 3 matches they have played. तो काफी प्रेशर बन रहा है उन दो फ्रेंचाइजीज के ऊपर जिन्होंने सीजन की शुरुआत में काफी अच्छी परफॉर्मेंसेस दी थी. But now Mumbai Indians qualifying, it adds a bit of pressure on Royal Challengers Bangalore and Delhi Capitals. So we'll have to see one more thing about this today. If Kings and Punjab win today, it knocks Rajasthan Royals out, brings back Kings and Punjab into the race, and also adds more pressure on teams like Sunrisers Hyderabad and Kolkata Knight Riders. So it's very tight. This is the 50th match of the IPL. एक ही team qualify हुई है and we just have about 7 or 8 matches remaining. So it's going to go down to the wire. जैसे कि T20s में हमेशा होता है 20 ओवर तक खेल जा रहा है. तो इस साल हम देख रहे हैं कि ये क्वालिफिकेशन सिनारियो भी आखिरी मैच तक जाने वाला है ऐसे लग रहा है, बिकॉज एट द मोमेंट there's so many permutations and combinations with these qualification scenarios that can come into play. So we'll take a look at the points table. We're running out of time today, so take a look at the points table. So let's look at the points table here. Mumbai Indians 12 matches, 16 points, then followed by RCB and DC. They are with the same amount of points. They have played 12 matches. But then let's look at Punjab here. They're playing the 13th match of the season. If they win today, they go to 14. If they win by a better margin, they might just edge Delhi Capitals. But again, it comes down to the net run rate. Kolkata Knight Riders, if they win their next match, they will end up on 14 points. But if they lose their next match, they will obviously be knocked out because Kings 11 Punjab with 14 points, if they win today's game, it's going to be really very very close here. So, and Sunrisers Hyderabad would want that Punjab lose today's game, but then again it brings them in competition with Rajasthan Royals as they are stuck on 10 points. So if Punjab and Kolkata lose all their matches and Sunrisers Hyderabad and Rajasthan Royals win their next 2 games, we might just see these two teams go from bottom to top, but it's very unlikely to happen. I predict that Kings 11 Punjab will win, will qualify here based on the record they're having this season here. So that's it with the points table here. So we'll take a look at few questions before we sign off for today here. So with the questions, Ashish Kaushik has another question here. Universe boss needs 7 sixes to complete 1000 sixes in T20s. Another milestone for the boss. Very, very, very valuable fact here. Very, these viewers, they just keep coming up with these amazing stats. So Ashish Kaushik ji, thank you so much, for bringing to our notice that, this magnificent record Chris Gayle is about to achieve in the T20 format here. So 7 sixes. देखते हैं आज मार पाते हैं कि नहीं. देखते हैं. अभी नंबर 3 पे आएंगे, मुझे टीवी पे नजर आ रहा है. ही इज वेटिंग टू बैट as soon as Gayle और मनदीप get out. Gayle will walk out. But Abu Dhabi's के boundaries काफी लंबे हैं. The leg side and the offside boundary. If you talk about square leg mid wicket, or if you talk about deep covers or point, काफी लंबे boundaries है, but सामने की एक boundary थोड़ी छोटी है. So Chris Gayle will more likely to, he'll be more likely to targeting that straight boundary here. So let's see, 7 sixes. देखते हैं आज होता है कि नहीं. 7 sixes 100 भी मार सकते हैं. So Chris Gayle है, वो यूनिवर्स बॉस है, कुछ भी कर सकते हैं. So Chris Gayle is Chris Gayle. So let's just hope, and we will take our last few questions here. Okay, I think I've covered all the questions for today. Chris Gale. Okay, Atul Pandey's question as well. And okay, so this is one appreciating question here. Don't know why, but Cricfit is too underrated. Thank you, Shri Krishnan, for for your kind words. We always want to bring out the best for you with all the live shows, with our articles, with all the videos, and all everything and everything about Cricfit. So it's thank you so much for your kind words. So we will soon be we just want to make it big, and we are on the verge of making it big. So let's see. We obviously require all your support, and with all the information we bring to you, it's just heartwarming to see something like this here. So thank you so much for once again. So we will sign off for today. 5 balls have already been done, और यहाँ पे show हमेशा की तरह खत्म ही नहीं हुआ है. So we will end today's show here. Prashant Gautam could not join us yet again today here. So we hope that tomorrow he will be back, as we have a double header. कल 2 matches है, and the main match will be Delhi Capitals and Mumbai Indians. And यहाँ पे मनदीप सिंह पहली बॉल पे विकेट गवा चुके हैं अपनी. जोफ्रा आर्चर ने विकेट लिया. आई थिंक बेन स्टोक्स हैज डन समथिंग incredible while fielding here yet again in this match here. So now let's just see. First ball पे विकेट. क्रिस गेल वॉक्स इन. आशीष कौशिक जी देखिए, अभी क्रिस गेल आने वाले हैं, एंड 7 छक्के चाहिए उनको बस वो रिकॉर्ड अचीव करने में. सो देखते हैं क्या होता है आगे जाके इस मैच में. सो फॉर नाउ विल साइन ऑफ. If you ask me who I want, which team I want to win today, I think I would go with Kings 11 Punjab here. Given on their back of their form they're having since last 5 matches, they have been terrific, they have been magnificent, and they have been fantastic. I mean, और कितने शब्द उनके लिए use करूँ, because winning 5 matches on the trot is not easy, given that you have lost about 5-6 matches in the first 6 games. So not easy, but they have done the impossible. And we might just see them winning this year's season here, and that will be one of the best wins for any franchise, with the amount of matches they lost, but then they went on to win. So let's see. I just really hope Punjab win this season, even though I support Mumbai Indians. But with the kind of team Punjab has, Anil Kumble as their coach, it would be a treat to watch if they win this year's season here. So I think that's it for today. We have covered almost everything here. We got a bit late today, but then tomorrow we'll be back at 7 p.m. for sure. So thank you so much for watching Dial C for Cricfit. Do visit our website www.cricfit.com. Also do follow us on our social media channels. We're there on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and also on YouTube as we go live on YouTube every day. So thank you so much for watching Dial C for Cricfit. This is Amit Petkar signing off. Thank you.